Hey, welcome. This is Red. I'm Don Jessop, and I want to explain something super simple and share a little bit of the journey with this horse named Red. Now, his actual name is JD. He gets called Red because we've got another horse here named Blue. It's a different color. So just for fun, we give him little pet names. Here's my goal with Red. My goal is for him to accept me up on his back and all over his back so that he can carry me a little bit. Now, he has carried me one day already, so this is not day one, but that one day was a great day, and it took weeks and weeks and weeks to build to that day. He had to slowly accept the human in all these different positions because his history is a little bit of a bronc. And what we learn about bronc riding horses, he wasn't a bronc riding horse, he was just a bronky horse. What we learn about them is that they react poorly for a few different reasons. One is they could just be playful. They're excited because they've moved to a new field and horses are buzzing around them. The other one is they could be nervous. And they're actually really unaccepting of somebody up here on their back. And the last one is they could be very flinchy. So they could be reactive to the touch. You see this flinch? I'm just sort of massaging or tapping his side there, and the muscles are tight and tense. And that will cause a horse to bronc as well. So we do a lot of work resetting the horse. Stand here by the mounting block. Let me come into this space. Let me groom you. And let's do these little poke tests, tap tests, to see if we can make that flinchiness go away. Because ultimately, I'm gonna be on your back and I don't want that cinch or my leg or the loose stirrup to swing and bump you and suddenly cause you to go into a fit. So just by testing for flinches and taking those flinches out, we're gonna have a much safer ride. Now, he's gotten to be pretty good about this all the way to the point where I'm up here and lying on his back and rubbing my legs all over him like this. Same thing, flinch, flinch, flinch test. How are you gonna handle that? Hi, sweetie. A lot of folks just get on and they push a horse into motion and they say, let's go to work and let's get that buck out. This horse, I've taken the opposite approach because I want to show you what you can do, not what a cowboy can do. I want him to reset and realign and rebalance and rethink the whole thing about bucking. I do not need him to inadvertently learn to buck more as a result of his flinchiness or his nervousness or his playfulness. It's not that one technique is wrong, it's more that this technique happens to be something just about anybody can do because it's slow. And if you're patient and you constantly reset your horse back to the mounting block, you can do all this same work. And if he jumps or bumps or runs around, you just step back and reset. Safe. Now, he has let me up here once before, and we've actually walked around a little bit. And I've done it bareback because I want to be able to hop down really quickly. But before I even consider getting up there, he has to accept all of these bumps and jumps and elbows and knees and scratches. He has to accept me completely. And when he doesn't, like this, he sort of steps back. Why would I hop up on a horse that won't stand for the simplest things? I wouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't either. So we get him to reset. Realign back to home base. There we go. Rub, dub, dub. Take out that flinchiness. I work a lot on his tail. I want him to lift his tail when I reach under there. That's good. I'm gonna work with my legs. Same way. If he's grabby about this, if my foot goes under his belly and he jumps, well, that's gonna be a cinch, a saddle cinch one day that's gonna make him grab and jump. If I run down his leg and he says, whoa, what's that? And he kicks. Well, that's gonna be some long grass or twigs or sticks in the forest that rub against his leg that cause him to jump. So it's all part of the training. I want him to accept it all. And I won't actually sit on his back until he does. Once he does accept it, hey, Red, then we can move on. And we can get some cool results. That's my boy. So I'm going to show you a couple of simple things we can do once we feel like he's making the progress we like. I'm going to hop on his back. All of my body weight. There it is. And then I'm going to actually hop on his back and over the other side in a quick manner so that we're not lingering up there and getting ourselves in trouble. Oh, you're too far away. Rather than just go for it, reset him. Remember, a horse that is responsive to your aids is going to be a smarter, more rideable horse. Too far away. Come back. This is a different lesson, but I can include it in this lesson because the principles are all the same. Rather than circling him around the mounting block to get him to stand here, I'll actually do a little change of direction. Makes him more responsive to the halter and my suggestions. Hi. Hi. It's been a couple of days, huh? I'm gonna put my knee up there, my foot up there, my knee up there. Now this is the moment of truth. I'm actually gonna slide on, slide off. Whoo, we made it. We made it, and look at him. We're licking and chewing and relaxed. That was a good deal. Come back to the mounting block. Oops, reset. Same deal. Slide on and Now, if you can't do that because you just don't feel athletic enough to be quick like that, then take the other approach where you don't slide off the other side, you just slide back down. It would look something like this. You get on, and then you get down, and you get on, and down, and on, and down, and on. I'm not putting my foot over because you can get actually kind of in a bad position like this. If they move, it can sort of pull you off. It's a little safer like this with my knee. And just do this for days and days and days and days and days until he says, you know what, I think I accept it and I'll let you up on my back. And then go to work massaging him. I don't just go in emotion. I don't just get working. We spend our time doing a lot of nothing. Massaging his neck, I reach up in here, soft spots around his ears, testing for reactions, testing for flinchiness. And he's learned to reset so many times and recalibrate so many times. He's finally letting me actually sit up here. So here's the next piece. Get down, move the mounting block. And then get back up. And in this process, he learns to move and stand. Sometimes a horse that has a history of bucking, it's because they go a little bit internal and they get frozen, and then they don't know how to accept that motion. They get a little bit flinchy like that. So, good thing I'm not actually on him, isn't it? And when they go internal, they kind of come out fighting or flighting. kind of get in a hurry, they get excited. So by getting on, moving the mounting block, getting on, getting off, then moving the mounting block, and then bringing him back to the mounting block. What I'm doing is using a very simple, safe technique to get him used to standing over there and standing over here and standing back there in multiple places, accepting me as his partner, riding all over the place, even though technically I didn't ride him from point A to point B. He's learning to move from point A to point B. That's my boy. Are you gonna stand or are you gonna get nervous? You're gonna stand, I've got my foot rubbing and scratching under his belly. Testing just how much he can tolerate. He's pretty flinchy. So why would I take it to the next step? Why would I just get on and try to be perfect and not upset the apple cart? And just be a grooming tool. I'm just a grooming tool. That's all I am. I'm a good grooming tool. The more he can tolerate, the safer he'll be. What's funny is that a few days ago, and it's been a few days, he's had some days off, but he actually really accepted me and really let down his guard and let me ride walking around. Today, not as much. And that's kind of how it goes with horses. One day good, one day not good. That's natural. So give him a little break. Move the mounting block. Get him to respond to my aids. So he learns to stand his ground in different places. That's my boy. Same game, different place. This kind of horse becomes very, very rideable. And it's a safe way. I don't like teaching things that require so much athleticism. I like teaching things that you could do, taking your time, doing it well. Take my foot here, rub my foot up and down in there, take my elbows, building his tolerance level. And if he flinches and jumps, that means his muscles are too tight to accept me as his rider. So why push it? Why not try to help him trust it? There's a special balance between being calm and sweet around your horse and testing his tolerance. Try to find that balance. A little more testing and a lot of calm, sweet. A little more testing and a lot of calm, sweet. Do the things that you think would upset him, but do it in a safe way so that he learns to not be upset at him, and you're safe and you're good to go, ultimately, to where you can sit on him, ride him, and safely move around. A new day. Now that I'm up here, I should go, right? I should just go to work. No. Now that I'm up here, I should just make here a great experience. I want my horse to feel good every time I ride. And then I want to stack those rides until he feels so good every time I ride that he looks forward to the ride, and then slowly we're able to do more and more rather than just try to boot camp my way through it all. That's something the cowboy can do, somebody who's expert, but I want to teach you something you can do. Thanks for watching. I'm Don Jessop.